Hey Podey, hello. This is an international lineup featuring band called Darkened. I kind of feel inclined to say this is very Swedish one and it's called kind of a Swedish release, but let's be honest about it, it has an international lineup and hence calling it just Swedish would be a little bit outrageous. Now their 2019 release, the first MCD by the band, showed some skills and showed that this band has something interesting going on. Not the most original band, not the most innovative band, but you know, it had something really nice going in the old school death metal fashion. And now when 2020 came and this band had a first album out called Kingdom of Decay, Darkened kind of proved that they're not just one lucky son of a bitches, but more like a group that is able to do that stunt again, and this time with a full album. Now, this lineup is interestingly quite a veteran group, and I will show you soon on Metal Archive's site what I really mean, but first let's take a look at this booklet. You might already see some familiar names of some known bands, so thumbs up if you do, and don't worry if you don't. You'll soon see what I'm talking about. The style here is, once again, indeed old school death metal, the very traditional way. Not exactly the most blasting band right there, and not exactly something really original as such, you know. The style here is something that has stood the test of time for so many years, I could say decades, in fact. And what this means is that this is something like very traditional in so many ways. Good, mostly, bad for people who are expecting something really new to happen in 2020 and all. Now, like I said, Into the Blackness was pretty decent EP, quite good in fact, and Kingdom of Decay continues on that path. But before we go further into that, let's take a look at the members list. So, as you can see, band is quite new, founded in 2018, and all seem to be, except for the bass player, I guess, the current lineup. There's only the ex-bass player who also had quite a bit of past with other bands, but the current lineup, Andrew Whale, mostly known I guess for Bolthor and also Memoriam. So he really does know his way through death metal drummings. And we have Bryn Olsson from many different bands, mostly ex-bands nowadays. We have Linus Niederbrandt from quite a few bands. Also Gord Olsson doing vocals, you know. And these band members, some of them have, connection. Like, for example, Olsson and Brun Olsson has this Angel Blast band. And then we have Tobias Christiansen, known for Grave and Entombed AD and, well, other bands. Of course, some of them are just live only, but be it as may, lots of death metal past here with this band. So lots of background in various bands. And it kind of shows, you know, these guys are no newbies to the death metal genre, and it means in essence that these guys know how to incorporate, you know, proper death metal riffs, how to make it sound good, both vocals and, you know, production, and how to just have that old school, the traditional feeling what you might have been going through since like late 80s and early 90s. Now, the downside obviously with Kingdom of Decay is, like I already kind of stated, is that there is nothing really unique, nothing really new in on this album, because the thing here is it's just kind of a grinding through the very basic things that have been going on for, you know, death metal genre for so many years, and for most of us it's just good as it is. But if you kind of wish that this would be the, say, New Grave or Entombed or Dismember or the like, you are going to settle for a little bit of a disappointment, because none of these is exactly happening here. And why so is that while these riffs and songs are just very listenable and somewhat enjoyable, as by somewhat I mean like mostly, the thing here is you really can't compete with the veterans that did their stuff like 30 years before this one. So even though this has a veteran lineup, it's kind of hard to compete with those, you know, founding fathers of Swedish death metal sound. And there are some Bolthor similarities with some of the guitar leads, which is, in my opinion, very nice and cool thing to have. I only hope there was a little bit more than that, because now it feels more Swedish death metal than anything else, and these little ball thrower-esque parts are kind of a nice seasoning with the album. Now overall I would say Kingdom of Decay is very, very solid, very consistent quality album for death metal fans, by death metal fans, by death metal veterans. So in case you happen to be one of those old school death metal heads, there's no reason why to skip Darkened. But like I said, don't expect something mind-blowingly new from this album, and you're really good to go. Obviously, you will find links provided in the description box, so click and start listening to some old-fashioned traditional death metal. Thanks for watching. Should you have comments or questions, put them on the comments box below, and take care.